day, another movie the SJWs are trying to cancel. Hello everyone, I am Mecha Random 42, the one, the only, the original, your favorite YouTube consumer advocate, Harpy. And of all the things to try and cancel this for, they're really picking on the most irrelevant things. Just say you don't like it. You know what? It's okay to say you don't like something because guess what? Guess what? Well, we'll get to that in a second. Also, if you guys do like my content, please like, subscribe, share. You might not like me after I make this video, though. They're trying to cancel Grease. I know. Now, I know this has his fan base. It's a classic. It's a musical. Everybody's seen it at one point or another. It's iconic. You cannot go to a Halloween party without somebody dressed up from a character in this movie. As a character from this movie, I should say. Calls to ban Grease over claims of isms and phobias and blah, 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 blah. You know what? You don't have to watch it. You really, really don't. I promise you, it won't hurt you. Bad, scary movie won't hurt you if you don't watch it. If you just close your little eyes and close your little ears and just hide under your blanket for all eternity so society never has to deal with you. Not you guys. You guys are cool. You guys are cool. Even if you're going to be mad at me for what I have to say about Grease. They want to cancel Grease for all the isms. You know what? There's some better reasons to cancel Grease. First off, they kind of sound like chickens clucking when they're singing the tell me more. Crap, I don't like that song. I never liked that song. Second off, who the fuck knows who Sandra Dee is anymore? Look at me, I'm Sandra Dee. It's outdated. It's so outdated. It's a movie about the 1950s that was made in the 1970s, and they don't get the references. That's why they're really probably mad. So they had to go and find a bunch of shit to pick on this movie for, because they're not allowed to say they don't like it. They're not allowed to say, because we are in this no negativity, crazy town, crazy environment, where the only way anybody's allowed to say they don't like something is by making a huge to-do and a fuss about it and trying to get it banned or canceled because they can't just say they don't like Grease. Guess what? I don't like Grease. Nothing happened. Hey, nothing happened. The world didn't end. No explosions went off.
Kibber!
As far as I know, I mean, maybe off on some starship somewhere.
Whoopsies!
It's okay to not like something. And I think this is my theory. 9 times out of 10, when these little snowflakes, these people, when they get upset with something, it's because they actually don't like it and they're not allowed to say so. Because they grew up in this no negativity time where you're not allowed to say you don't like something or something sucks because it's going to hurt somebody with little feelings. Oh, wow. And you know what? If your feelings are hurt that somebody doesn't like Grease, that might be part of the problem. But, you know, I'm fine if you like it. If you love it, great. There's a lot to like about it. There's some fun moments in that movie. There's some great acting. You got some great people in that. You got some great songs. I'll admit that. Not my cup of tea for the most part. And I've seen it once or twice. Calls to ban Grease over claims of isms and where. It was the 1950s. Times were different. And here's the other thing. People get really, really upset when they show these old films and old movies and stuff. They get really, really mad when they don't understand how the culture has shifted and they're trying to hold these films up to today's standards. Guess what? Society is different than it was then, and it's going to be different in another 20 years. It's going to be really, really, for all we know, what was perfectly acceptable, like, I don't know, getting in a comedy troupe and using an accent of another ethnicity. That's cancelable today. That's something we wouldn't do today because that's quote-unquote insensitive. Maybe it's insensitive to go and lop off your tallywhacker and become a different, you know, whatever you want to identify as. Maybe that's going to be called gender appropriation in 20 years for all we know. So maybe people want to, I don't know, live and let live and not try and cancel the past and not try and be upset over things that were different then because you can't change them. But what you can do is you can take that as a historical context, in its historical context, as a piece of history. And you can learn from it. And you can look at it as a time capsule as to how things were and how things have progressed and how things have changed and how things are different. But no, you just want to throw a little temper tantrum because it gets you a fucking click on the internet. Fine, I'll bite. I'll click your damn article. What are you saying? New Zealand Herald. New Zealand Herald. I got something you can bite right here, New Zealand Herald. Oh, yeah. The 1970 musical hit Grease has come under fire after it was screened by the BBC on Boxing Day, causing many to reevaluate the hit romantic comedy. 42 years after its cinematic release, the cult classic does not appear to be aging well, with critics calling it misogynistic and rapey and encouraging slut-shaming. It was the 1950s that it takes place in. It takes place in the 50s. It takes place. And it was made in the 70s. It was made before I was born. And I was born in the 70s, the very tail end. It was made before I was born. Yeah, it's about a time when people were expected to get married before they had children, not after, okay? What is wrong with that? I don't know, maybe the world would be a better fucking place if people, I don't know, had some more traditional family values for once and for all. I don't know, maybe it was better. Maybe it was better for everybody then. Maybe it's just, maybe having a shit for society is less racist, but you know what? I'm afraid to go outside now. I'm more afraid to go outside now in a time where things are supposed to be better than in the 1950s. Brits who watched it, and that was the whole plot of the story too. She didn't know if she was pregnant or not, and it was taboo. And who the fuck is getting pregnant in high school? Who the fuck is okay with that? Seriously. What the crap? Maybe you shouldn't be having kids in high school. Maybe you should finish your careers and your jobs. Maybe you should have your home and your finances in order before you're spitting out a kid into the world. Maybe you should be doing that. Then you can give the kid something a little bit better than a drawer in a fucking side room in the fucking room you're renting or the room that you're in your parents' house, right? Maybe, because they don't even rent. Let's face it, these teenagers, they're not renting a room. They're just going to what? They're going to crap out a kid and they're going to drop it off at their parents to raise while they go off and finish partying. That's what's wrong. Maybe we need more. Maybe we need more slut shaming. I don't know. And I'm not saying we have, and no, I'm not calling for it. I'm just questioning. Brits who watched the film were outraged, with some even calling for Grease to be removed from screens altogether. Remove your fucking ass. Remove yourself from society if you're that goddamn offended by everything and leave me the fuck alone. I'm tired of this. I am really, really, really tired of these offensive cancel culture happy little You know, there's plenty of stuff I don't like, and if I don't like it, I try and avoid it and I try not to watch it. There's a lot of shows that I know people say I would love and I just don't like them. That's it. You move on with your life. If you're offended by something, you don't watch it. Or you learn why you're offended, and you learn from it, and you learn how society's changed. End of story. It doesn't affect you. It's a fucking fictional character. Turns out Grease is actually pretty rapey. Also, no one wants to watch Grease with me anymore. Well, fuck off. I don't care. Oh man, just watching Grease, one of my favorite films. And it's so of its time. Misogynistic, sexist, and a bit rapey. Grease is on. It has a really terrible message, doesn't it? Grease is super rape. Oh, shut up. See, they're just reciting back the same NPC bullshit because they don't have a fucking thought of their own. They don't realize, like, even the ones like this one, they said is one of their favorite movies. It's one of their favorite movies. It's like they're not allowed to like it if their little idiot friends are offended by it, or their little idiot clique, or their tribe. That's all this is. This is just a tribal signal that, oh, this is bad because this one person of the tribe said it's bad. Urgh. Fuck off. Just fuck off. Fuck off. First released in 1978, starring Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta, Grease tells the story of young lovers Danny and Sandy indulging in summer romance in 1958. Leather-clad Danny is the classic bad boy who spent a wild romantic night with wholesome Sandy. Their character differences are what encourages Sandy to embark on the mission to become increasingly raunchy. Oh yeah, raunchy. And bold to win the man of her dreams. It's not something that's sitting well with viewers today. If you'll remember though, what's the end of the fucking movie? What's the end? He gets his leather jacket, he starts running track. He does the same thing to impress her, so get off your fucking high horse, you dumbasses who wrote this article. One of the most problematic references comes from the Summer Night song. Well, the song's terrible. With the lyric, did she put up a fight? That's because it rhymes. Are you kidding me? The lyric comes when Danny relays his journey on seducing Sandy to his mates. Yeah, That song, if you really want to listen to that song and listen to John Travolta and you hear the background people clucking away like a bunch of chickens, especially the female singers. Oh, especially when it's Sandy's little pink lady club. Gee, I remember more of this movie than I thought. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Grease. But I don't want to cancel it, I just don't want to watch it. There's the big difference. Another point of contention came to the character of Rizzo, who was slut-shamed for having unprotected sex. That happened, though. That happened back then. How many girls were sent off to their aunts while they had a baby in secret that they had to give up for adoption because it was embarrassment? That's how society was. How many women did the unthinkable and didn't make it out of it because it wasn't safe? And I'm not going to, that's not an advocacy, that's not even up for debate there. That's just that was the times. You can learn from things, especially if it's something that makes you uncomfortable now, because guess what? Times have changed. And I cannot wait for times to change where we're done with these woke fucking assholes. I am Mecha42, and I'll see you guys on the next video, live stream, or wherever. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you liked it, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye!
You're making me mad!